Well, the NFL has suspended star Bengals receiver Jamar Chase for 1 game for spitting at Steelers cornerback Jalen Ramsey. After the spitting, Ramsey took a swipe at Chase's helmet, leading to an ejection. Chase chose to appeal the suspension. If he loses the appeal, he will be out when the Bengals host the Red Hot Patriots this Sunday on CBS and Paramount+. But here's Zach Taylor earlier Monday when asked about the incident.
I've always been impressed with how Jamar's handled himself because he is in a lot of these situations where he's got a target as a top player. He gets a lot of respect that way. And so guys try to do a lot of things to get his attention and get him off his game. And I've always thought it was unbelievable how he's handled himself in some really high-pressure, emotional decisions. Obviously, what happened is crossing the line. We can't have that, and I know he'll own up to that. But beyond that, I've always sat up here and praised Jamar because he's one of the best leaders we've got. The way he goes about everything, he plays with a ton of emotion. He plays with a ton of leadership. Our guys respond to that, and I've always appreciated how he's handled himself.
We're back joined by Bryant, McFadden, and Emory Hunt as we have entered Spitgate 2.0. It only took halfway through the season, but the league, I mean, if we look back at the opening week of the season, the league set a precedent. In the first game of the year, that spitting would cost a player a game, and we saw that when Eagles defensive lineman Jalen Carter was ejected 6 seconds into the season opener for spitting on Dak Prescott. But B-Mac, we did hear that Jamar Chase is appealing his 1-game suspension, but I want to get your thoughts on how things are being handled.
It's unacceptable. That's the ultimate disrespect. In the game of football, listen, I've heard a lot in terms of trash talk be said between players. Some of the more disrespectful things you could imagine. That's what makes the game so good. But you cannot allow those said words to make you do something that you're not supposed to do. And then first and foremost, if you got a problem with me, and if you don't want to trash talk me anymore, attack me within the game, or if you even want to do something dirty after the play, you want to hit me late, I would rather that. I would rather you hit me in the back. I'd rather you try to hit my legs or my knees or something like that. But you don't spit on me, because when you spit on me, that's a fireable offense. I mean, that's a fighting offense. And that's the ultimate disrespect. We're in a brotherhood. The NFL is the ultimate fraternity. There's only a few people that can play in the league. And yes, we compete every play, every day, every game, but we still want to protect each other, not just from the physical side, but the mental side. And for Jalen Ramsey, he has the ultimate composure, because I, for one, would not have grabbed the face mask. I'm swinging, and I understand you got a helmet on, but I'm hitting you in the stomach. I'm hitting you where I believe there's no padding at, because I want you to feel pain. You're supposed to feel pain. And for Zach Taylor, I understand what you said in terms of who he is as a leader. And we all love Jamar Chase, but that's unacceptable. You have to hold him accountable and make sure you let the world know we're not tolerating that. He is dead wrong. And for him to appeal, you're only appealing because you can, viewers. He's not winning no appeal. The evidence is the evidence. He's only appealing because he can. And for me, Jamar Chase, I feel some type of way that you're still trying to appeal. We saw the spit. And if you say you're trying to spit on the ground, you spit on the man. That's unacceptable.
What's very interesting, and I do want to point this out, is when we did go back and watch, we were together in the same room when we were re-watching how everything transpired, and this was the exact same reaction that you had. You talked about how it was disrespectful, how at that very moment you applauded Ramsey for how he acted, because you said that could not be you in that situation.
Yeah. He got the utmost composure. Ramsey, you're a heck of a player, man. You're a heck of a guy. And I know he was mad, but it just spit, man. Someone spit on you, and you got to realize this, viewers. Let's take it and really understand the situation. Ramsey plays with a visor. So the spit didn't hit anywhere in the eye area. The spit hit in the mouth area, the chin area. Think about that. You're playing a game and someone who is a stranger to you spit on you. Any type of saliva hits my mouth, it better come from my wife or my infant baby. Anybody else, there is going to be smoke in the city.
It's a lot of information at B-Mac. What was his reasoning for? What did Ramsey say? I mean, not Ramsey. What did Jamar Chase say in his appeal?
Essentially, in his appeal, he was saying that if he purposefully did that to Jalen Ramsey, he would have aimed for the face, not necessarily the jersey. That's what he is saying.
Man, give him 3 more games just for that rabbit-ass excuse. Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, bro, like, you said it all. There's nothing more I can add because B-Mac said it all. Like, we talked about this. I talked about this on this show in week 1 when Jalen Carter did the same thing. Like, That's an automatic fight. The disrespect goes deep. And you think about the history of this country and with regards to spitting on another person, that signifies war. And so kudos to Jalen Ramsey for keeping his composure. But if I was a ref and he swung on him, I didn't see anything.
I think at the end of the day, the point that needs to be made is it's getting ridiculous. We have now seen this twice this year of disrespect coming in the terms of, I guess, spitting bodily fluids at another player.
And suspend Zach Taylor too. Like, that's a weak excuse, reason. Suspend him too.
Yeah, all around disappointing. You want to see more, especially when you're talking about a leader and a player like Jamar Chase. But switching gears, fellas, because Shedeur Sanders, well, he's expected to make his first career start on Sunday in Las Vegas, bearing anything unexpected. That's according to Cleveland.com. Dylan Gabriel's in concussion protocol and is not expected to be ready by Sunday. So Sanders is in line to be the 42nd different quarterback. Correction, 42nd different starting quarterback for the Browns, dating back to 1999. Sanders was 4 for 16 for 47 yards and an interception in his first NFL game action Sunday against Baltimore. But when we're looking at those numbers, Shedeur Sanders struggling in his first taste of action. And while it was a humble outing, I mean, he's due to take the reins Sunday in his first career start. That happens to be against the Raiders in Vegas. So, B-Mac, I want to get your expectations for Shedeur in his encore outing.
Well, I believe Shedeur will have a better performance than what we saw against the Baltimore Ravens, and here's why. He will prepare as the starting quarterback. But first and foremost, shame on the Cleveland Browns for not allowing your backup quarterback to get any reps with the ones. I played in the National Football League for quite some time, and I can remember anytime we got ready for an upcoming game, then we'd take all the reps, not all the reps, but then our backup would get implemented also in the game plan because you want to have the what-if moments cleared and squared away just in case something happens to your starting quarterback. And it makes sense now why we see the Cleveland Browns be the Cleveland Browns, because they do things like this that doesn't make any sense. That's first and foremost. But secondly, with him being able to prepare for an entire week, the game plan, orchestrate it, rep it in the week of, get acclimated with his offensive linemen, the pass catchers, I think he will be more comfortable to be able to be more successful. And then the matchup. He played against the Baltimore Ravens, defensively, who has been really thriving, playing really, really good football, and their back is against the wall. They're a better unit, more talented. You're playing against the Raiders. They don't have the same talent. They don't have the same aspirations or expectations like the Baltimore Ravens with their back being against the wall. So the matchup should be better for him to handle, to be successful. Like I said, though, most importantly, just the reps, the repetition for him should make him more comfortable.
Pictures tell a whole story. Videos tell an even better story. Even though the video montage we showed of Shedeur Sanders coming into this conversation showed none of those 4 completions that he had in the ballgame. But the storyline of this ballgame, he came in, he struggled. Okay, didn't play well. But you like how he finished the ball game because he still had a chance with the ball in his hands. He started to get warmed up. They were moving down the field. Harold Fannin had the longest reception of his rookie season with Shedeur Sanders with the nice dime he threw over the seam. And so, nice ball he threw to Gage Larverdane in the end zone. That was just a great play by Awuzie. So we saw him start to figure it out, right? He scrambled for a couple of first downs. We started to see the Shedeur Sanders figure out with a game plan that was not tailor-made to him, to your point. So coming into this matchup, this week of work, I was at Giants practice all throughout the spring and summer, and we saw Jameis Winston, we saw Russell Wilson, and at times they threw Jackson Dart in there with the first team just to give him a little bit. So Shedeur not having any first team reps is crazy. So the fact that he was still in a position to have these guys tie the ball game says a lot. So I'm excited to see what he does with prep. I like that his first action was this type of failure because he has something to build upon, and we know what the outcome will look like on the other side.
I think that's a great way to spin it because he got to see that bit of failure, so now he can turn around and package that into his first full start. And like you both mentioned, go ahead.
He got a 2-minute drive that they didn't give him in that Rams preseason.
There it is.
So, now we get to see what a 2-minute drive looked like for Shedeur Sanders.
And we'll get to see what a full week of preparation for Shedeur Sanders looks like, making his first start under center. Fellas, good stuff. Thank you so much. Well, with a full week of practice, Shedeur will be looking for better results than what we saw this past Sunday, finishing for 4 for 16 for 47 yards and a pick. And get this, Browns quarterbacks 0-17 in their first career start since 1999. Their matchup against the Raiders kicks off Sunday, 4:05 p.m. Eastern on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.